So Santa's a cannibal. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And some of yous, or quite a lot of yous hopefully, might remember the Wheel Pixma Crafts Challenge, which unfortunately ended. I can't remember when. Did it end last year? I don't know. Or did it end this year? Possibly. And it was basically a series where a wheel picked my craft, and it was very fun, very exciting, and I kind of missed it a little bit. So today I thought I would do kind of like a little drawn version of it, just as like a little one-off, just as like a fun little drawn challenge, you know? But instead of getting my wheel out, which is a bit of a ball ache, it's in amongst all my other crap, I downloaded this little app called Spin the Wheel, and it looks like this, and I've designed 3 different wheels of like different things, and I'm going to basically create random scenarios of what to draw. Originally I was going to get the Etch-a-Sketch out. Can you remember when I did the Etch-a-Sketch challenge thing or whatever it was? But then when I was up at night filling in these wheels with the random things that I'm going to draw, I realised that these scenarios are going to be difficult for me to draw regularly, let alone on an Etch-a-Sketch, and I was shocking at the Etch-a-Sketch. How do we know this is a cake though? Do I need to add some more detail? So I'm just going to be using my regular little pens, and I think that'll be a way better idea. If I did it with the Etch-a-Sketch, it would take us hours and they wouldn't look like anything. I know they wouldn't. It's still not going to look like anything with pens because I'm not the best drawer. So I've got my little Spin the Wheel app open, not sponsored by Spin the Wheel app. And the first thing is going to be people/things, so just like the subject basically. That's what I'm thinking. So let's find out what the subject's going to be and spin that wheel. Well, I haven't done that in a while actually. Oh my god, it's Moira Rose.
Oh, hello you. I'm film and television's Moira Rose.
Oh my god, I love Moira Rose.
I said, we'll make a pretty penny on that one. On the human black market, we will.
Right, hang on, I'm gonna have to write these down because I'll forget. So Moira Rose. I don't know whether I know how to draw Moira Rose, I'm not gonna lie. I love Moira Rose. She's one of my favourite people in the world, but don't know whether I know how to draw her. And then this is the doing wheel. So this is basically, what is Moira Rose doing? What's she doing? No doubt shouting at David.
It says folded in.
Right, let's spin that wheel. Okay, Moira Rose is swinging. That could either mean one thing or another thing, couldn't it? It could be a naughty thing.
This is a game, why not revive me by watching ads?
Yes, this app does have ads because it's a free version, just so you know. I'm not going to pay for it, absolutely not. And then this wheel is the final one, which obviously decides what Moira Rose is swinging from or to or on top of. I don't know. But let's spin that wheel and find out. Okay, this doesn't make sense at all. Moira Rose, oh actually, swinging a slow motion slap. So maybe Moira Rose is proper winding up for a slow motion slap. Oh, I got really excited there, I got really loud. Who's she slapping? I don't know. Oh my god, love that. I'm thinking Moira Rose, like proper like flailing her arm, ready to slap someone. Roland, she would slap Roland. She's slapped Roland loads of times.
Sign the fucking contract.
It's all making sense now. I don't know how to draw Roland and I don't know how to draw Moira. By the way, if you are new here to the channel, just know my drawing skills aren't great. You might be used to seeing content creators who have fantastic drawing skills. I am not one of those people. But it doesn't stop us. I do try. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with that, you know. I'm not a particularly great drawer, but I kind of like my crap drawing skills. So this is Moira winding up for a proper slow slap against Roland. Obviously we've got the iconic Schitt's Creek poster in the background, like the billboard where it says about them being the brother or sister, I can't fully remember. And obviously Moira's well pissed off, so she's just about to proper smack the shit out of Roland. I've done Moira dirty, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to get her iconic green wig, but it just looks a bit rough. Roland's got a very, very tiny little arm and a very giant hat. I'm kind of into it. I think there's some sort of charm there. You would think a child's drawn this, but no, it has been an adult. I think I've done a very good job. I'm really pleased. Okay, let's find out what we're going to be drawing and spin that wheel. A human. Why a human? Why have I done so many human characters for? I'm not very good at drawing people. A human. Okay, well, it's not very specific, is it? That's fine. What is this human going to be doing? Let's spin this wheel and find out. Okay, it's swimming. Water is also another thing I can't draw. Okay, this seems very normal at the moment. And what are they going to be swimming in? What are they going to be swimming on top of? Don't know. Let's find out and spin that wheel. No. We're not doing slow motion clap again. We've already had it. Respin, spin again. Oh dear, it went south. A pile of glass. Alright, that's different, isn't it? Don't think my mind would have ever come up with that, I don't think. It almost feels like prompts, doesn't it? Like we're just typing in prompts and something random will happen. Maybe I'm AI. Maybe I'm the AI person. So we are going to be drawing a human swimming in a pile of glass. That's fine. I think I can kind of do that. At least I'm not having to do water, so that's fun. Here it is. Oh my god, look at that. I decided to really focus on the environment with this piece, this work of art. And obviously I've got a billboard here saying to try the world's first pool filled with glass. There's a nice house there, a road, obviously to attract passers-by to try out this gorgeous pool. And then this is the pool of glass. And I obviously thought, if you're swimming through loads of broken glass, there's going to be a lot of blood, isn't there? You're going to be in a lot of pain. So this person, it's like a top-down view. They're wearing a swimming cap because obviously they care about their hair. But then there's just lots of blood because they're swimming in loads of broken shards of glass. Maybe it went a bit sinister, I don't know, but that's what my brain went to. Surely if you're swimming in lots of glass, you're going to get lots of cuts and it's going to hurt quite a bit. I wonder if there is actually a pool filled with glass. Guarantee there probably will be somewhere in the world. But yeah, I'm kind of into it. Quite pleased with my little drawing, actually. I'm very talented. These are going to be worth millions one day. I hope everyone realises. So let's find out who my next victim's gonna be and spin that wheel. Santa! Santa Claus, okay. Santa Claus it is. I wonder what Santa Claus is gonna get up to. Let's find out and spin that wheel. Okay, eating. Santa's jolly and a little bit on the large side, so he does like his food. But this is where things get weird. What is Santa going to be eating? Let's spin that wheel and find out. Okay, so Santa's a cannibal and he's eating a small pair of hands. Oh dear. Well, that went south again very quickly, didn't it? It's very specific as well, a small pair of hands, alright. It could be like one of his elves, I suppose. Maybe he's gone off the rails and he's gone proper like psycho and stuff, and he just decided to eat one of his elves. That could be a thing, couldn't it? So I think I've ruined Christmas for everyone from now on because I've done quite a terrifying Santa, I'm not gonna lie. So there we go. Santa has obviously got absolutely sick of his life and has really lost it. And he's decided to eat one of the elves. And there's some little hands in his beard and just going down his mouth. And look how angry he is. He is furious. Don't know what set him off. You know, we live in a world of commercialism and he's just sick of it. He's absolutely sick of it. He's furious with how the world's turned out. He's decided to take his anger out on his little elves in his workshop.
Bye.
Also, I can only apologise if a child somehow watching this video or come across it because my content is just not kid-friendly at all, is it? It's not. I feel like I'll give children nightmares or something. But I think I've done quite a decent drawing, actually. I can totally see Santa, you know, losing it. Anyway, let's turn a new page, get rid of that terrifying drawing, and see what we're going to do next. So let's see who I'm drawing in this round and spin that wheel. Okay, this is very different. A dead plant. When I was up at night and I was filling in these wheels and stuff, I was just kind of coming up with random things. And then I was doing a lot of human stuff and I was like, you know what? A dead plant sounds interesting. That opens it up a lot. That could be like a zombie plant. It could be a very realistic dead plant. You could do so much with a dead plant. So what is the dead plant doing? Let's find out and spin that wheel. Okay, spying. A dead plant is spying on something. This isn't where it was gonna go in my head, but okay, spying. I wonder what the dead plant's spying on. Let's find out and spin that wheel. Oh, no, we're not doing a slow motion clap again. Why does it keep going on that for? Spin again. Tidal wave. A dead plant spying on a tidal wave. Okay. That has to be like the weirdest sentence ever. A dead plant spying on a tidal wave. Or just the weirdest scenario ever. Also, if yous want, and if yous have time and stuff, I would like to see if yous could draw what I've drawn. Like, given these scenarios. Maybe do something like a little bit different or whatever. Maybe just pick one and just try it yourself. And then like tag me in social media or something. Or send it to us. I think that'll be quite fun. If you've got time and if you can be asked. Okay, so my imagination really went for it this time and I felt like I came up with a scenario where a dead plant was spying on a tidal wave. And I came up with this. So we've got our dead plant there with a spyglass, obviously spying on the tidal wave. But then I thought, what is the point of a dead plant spying on a tidal wave? And then I thought maybe the dead plant was dead because of obviously humans not looking after the plant properly, not looking after the planet properly.
How dare you!
So it had this like weird special antenna power thing and it created the tidal wave to take out the human race. Why does everything I make and do have like it just takes a turn, doesn't it? I don't mean it to. It just takes a very sinister turn. But that's the only thing I could think of really. Why else would a dead plant be spying on a tidal wave? I think that makes sense. I think I've done an alright little drawing as well. I couldn't figure out what this was, so I just did like a little hideout, I think. But like that's obviously the dead plant. Spyglass, that's just his eye. So like he sprouted an eye up just so he could spy on what's happening. And then I did a little oh no, tidal wave, it's coming towards the city, oh dear. This started off as a terrible idea and then it just developed into something amazing actually. So let's see who I'm going to be drawing for the final round and spin that wheel. Okay, a fish. It's our first animal. I wouldn't care, I was really hoping to get a sexy orange. Obviously, or a Cathy. Obviously, but unfortunately those options didn't come up today. Maybe I need to do a part 2. Right, what is a fish doing? Let's find out and spin that wheel. Washing. Okay, a fish is washing something. So strange. Kinda love it. It really pushes your creativity to think about what something can actually do. Okay, so a fish washing. What is the fish washing? Let's find out and spin that wheel. A giant stick. A fish washing a giant stick. Well, I feel like that's very self-explanatory, isn't it? I don't know whether a fish would ever be washing a giant stick, but okay. It must be a dirty giant stick. Is the fish normal size or is the fish tiny and that's why the stick's giant? I don't know. So I thought I would do something a little bit different with this one. And because all of my other drawings today have had like a bit of a kind of sinister thing, I thought I'd do a romantic one. So I've got a fish who's lovingly washing his giant stick.
Now things are getting kinky, you know?
Not in a naughty way, by the way.
Sure, you are.
I was thinking more like the fish was lonely and came across this giant stick and just fell in love with the stick. I don't know what the fish is called. Maybe it's Blob. So our little Blob is just looking after a stick and enjoying it and having fun. And there's a little bucket with some water and some suds and a little sponge. And they're just having a nice time washing their stick. I swear, it looks dirty, but it didn't mean to be dirty. Honestly, I swear down, I'm not even lying or joking or anything. It was supposed to be quite like a romantic, "Aw, how cute, Blob's found a stick." That's what I was going for. Not like Blob shagging a stick. That's not what I was going for at all. To be fair, I think all my drawings haven't been too bad. Let me know which one's your favourite. You've got so many to choose from. Look at all these fantastic works of art. You can also let me know how talented I am down in the comments. I don't mind. I like a bit of praise. These would look quite nice framed, wouldn't they? Oh, look at little Blob. I think Blob's my favourite. Anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed today's randomised drawing challenge. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And let me know if you fancy another. I wouldn't mind at all, actually. Do we need a sequel to Blob? I think Blob needs a friend. I would get Blob tattooed on us. I'm really into Blob. I don't know why. And I also challenge everyone to make their own little version. You don't have to obviously copy my scenario. You could have a fish washing a giant stick in a very serious way. They could be like, I'm thinking, you know, in like the 1900s.
You have no fucking clue what's going on at the network. You're helpless.
Where they would go down to the river and wash clothes with one of them racks. Maybe they're washing a stick that way and it's a very serious, almost sad, historic work of art, but based on a fish. I don't know. You could do loads with it, couldn't you? This is just where my mind went. I wonder where everyone else's mind went.